for some more Final Fantasy XIV action. Let's go. So, first off, the main menu in this game is so insanely loud that I have to mute it every time. So, here we go. We got sound back. We're gonna do some more questing, and it's starting to pick up now a little bit more when it comes to the to the level of the quests and how much stuff you have to do in battles and stuff. Especially now that we go into our job, which is the healer. I have a lot of work ahead of me to figure out all of those systems and how everything works. So bear with me, okay? We're gonna get through it. Also, I'm thinking I might want to move some elements of the HUD here. If we're able to bring things down a little bit, like so. So you guys can see it there. Okay, so we're just gonna do main quests, I think. Looks like we got a couple. Fairly close. But how was your Monday, guys? Because a lot of people hate Mondays. Some people actually love Mondays because it's like a kickoff point and they have extra energy. I gotta say, I don't have extra energy on Mondays at all. But I do like them. I do like them. And today was a bit of a special day, or I guess unusual day for me at work, because my direct reports, my team, they work in the Manila office of my company. ODM, you hate Mondays? Just another day for you to still need to do shit. Yeah, because you work basically every day, right? Fat hedonist. Or whenever you have to, basically. But yeah, my team is based in Manila, right? I think I've told you this several times. Do we have to jump down here? What's going on? Speak with Imitra. Oh shit. Oh, we actually died from the fall? Oh man. Oh man. That's embarrassing. I forgot there was fall damage. By the way, since we're here, we should do our daily duty, aka Daily D. Because every time we do it, we get like a full level out of it. So, oh, straight away we got a dungeon. A way to start, yeah. So anyways, the point is that because of there's an eruption underway. There's a volcanic eruption close to Manila in the Philippines, and they have like ashfall happening. They're not directly affected by the eruption itself, but the ashfall, as you would imagine, is quite inconvenient. So work is suspended there. So all of my team, aside from my boss, who is also based here in London, they were all not working today. So I had a lot of time for myself to plan stuff and to do some individual work, which is nice. Okay, so now things are different because we need to focus on healing the tank, and we're the only healer, so if we fuck up, our tank is gonna die. He's gonna die. Also, we do have to heal other people that take damage, but ideally we're just gonna focus on the tank here. I've been wanting to ask Pocato about that. So Pocato is fine, by the way, and thank you for your concern. I really appreciate it. It's cool to see people worrying and asking about her. She's fine. She's not really affected by it because she lives way more to the south. So, but yeah, it's crazy, man. It's almost like, you know, the Philippines is a big confluence of natural disasters. You got You got volcanic activity, and it's very active, guys. That volcano, it goes active an average of one time every 10 years in the past hundreds of years. So, like, people there have to be fucking ready all the time, you know? Just ready to take their shit and leave. So there's been an evacuation. Like, people have been evacuated because of the situation. So it's not like a small issue, you know? And even though they don't have full-on... They don't have, like, full-on hurricanes, I don't think. What they do have is, like, big storms and, like, smaller category hurricanes, as far as I know. And then they also have earthquakes. If that wasn't enough, right? Warconius, what's up? He says, I lived in the Philippines for a year. Lovely people, terrible infrastructure and government. I was near Cebu City. Cebu, I actually have a friend that lives near Cebu. Yeah, and our friend Pocato is from there. She tells me the infrastructure, as you say, is really, really in a bad place as well. So Fat Hedon says Brazil is burning, Aussies are burning, volcanoes in the Pacific, we're all doomed. Oh no! Nihilism. Let's all give in to despair. No, but it's right though. I mean, you're right in the sense that there's a lot of bad shit happening all the time. In some sense, we desensitize ourselves from it, right? There's so much bad shit happening all the time that we're like, it's almost like our capacity to pay attention to that stuff is just overflowing. And, you know, it gets to a point where if you become any more worried about those issues, you're just not ever gonna lead a productive life because you're just thinking about horrible shit that's happening all around the globe. So I think there's a balance there. You definitely want to have sympathy and compassion and help out however you can, whether it's through charity, which, as you guys know, I'm a big proponent of, or whatever way you can, right? There's many ways you can help. Almost, you know, don't think of, try maybe not to think about that kind of stuff all day long, because I do think it gets to a point that's counterproductive. Earth will take her revenge sooner or later. We'll see. We'll see. We call there Mordor 1. And the Dominican Republic is Mordor 2. Yeah. So, that's also why when it comes to giving to charity, it's very important that if you care about doing that, you don't do it only when you see like an ad on TV, but you have some kind of consistent, let's say you know, find a charity that you think is good, and then identify an amount that you can give, maybe monthly or whatever, on whatever basis you can, so that you don't have to revisit that all the time. So you don't need a TV ad to come up to help, you know? You've already made the decision that you're gonna help, and you do that regularly without having to revisit why you have to do that, if that makes sense. That's how I at least in my mind, that connects back to the point of not thinking about that all the time. You know, identify something you can do to help, and once you do, make sure that's happening without you having to look into it every month. and then you can lead a productive life, you know, and still care about that stuff, but not be totally paralyzed by it. You agree? Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? Because if you require like a TV ad to remind you of something bad that's going on, odds are you're not gonna be regular with how you support and stuff. So even if you say, oh, I can only afford $5 per month, but you know, you decide you're gonna help and that's the amount you can help with, and you just set up like a monthly donation thing. I have several of those. It's just way easier, you know? Warconius says modern society promotes individualism and natural disasters is an opportunity to reflect on how we need to support each other. I think you're totally right, man. And in fact, I had a tweet about this, which is the one beautiful silver lining in all the tragedy. This was talking about Australia specifically, is how everybody comes together for bad shit, right? So if someone is going through a horrible time, there's almost that instinct of jumping in to help. And you might say society is a disaster right now with social media and, you know, wokeness or whatever your issue is with that. You know, the human spirit still shines through in some occasions. Like I say, coming together for tragedies and stuff, which is really inspiring to see. It doesn't remove the badness, but certainly is a big positive with that. Just it reminds us, doesn't it? Reminds us that in the end we're all in this together. We need our connections, so we all agree. Death Stranding is the best game ever. I don't know about that. It's a good game though. I'll tell you, I was really surprised with how much I liked it. Really surprised. But I did. I liked it a ton. It was probably in my top 3 games of last year. And maybe like my most memorable game, like a game that I'll remember for a long time, you know? Speaking of great games, we have a bunch of games this year, a couple already coming out. One of them is that we talked about the Dragon Ball RPG, Dragon Ball Z RPG coming out. I'm excited for that. But aside from that, we also have the Surge 2 expansion. And I know, you know, a lot of people don't like those games, but I do, as you know. I'm a big Souls fan. And I had a lot of fun with the Surge 2. And so the DLC for Surge 2 looks really interesting. I'm definitely gonna play that. Definitely gonna play that. I love this music. Oh, they've done such a great job with the music in this game. In fact, you can actually pick up the music on... Oh. Let me heal myself real quick. Did I not summon my little dude? I hadn't summoned my dude. Too distracted chatting with you guys. So anyways, Surge 2 DLC looks really cool. It's set in this kind of urban retro area, which I'm all for. It's got a bunch of new weapons, new enemies and stuff. Gonna be dope. And we're gonna play it on the channel. We're gonna play it. But to be honest with you, I've really been enjoying Final Fantasy XIV as a stream game, because it gives me so much leeway to just talk all the time. You know? So if I'm in the mood to have a chat, this is a great game to play. It's also very relaxed. Holy shit. Big dude. Let's give a little bit of damage mitigation to my guy. We also have I have to remember. Oh, that's a level up already. I have to remember I have an Isuna spell, which removes any debuffs. And I have to cast it as well. It's my job to cast it whenever the tank gets paralyzed or some shit. So I have to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, this is a surprisingly enjoyable game to play as I talk. So I suspect we'll be doing a lot of this. One thing that I haven't decided on is how much, like, you know, this year in terms of streaming, how much I want to stick with one game versus playing around on, you know, with different games. This is something I experimented a little last year, and I don't fully know what works best. Because some people love the variety, they love jumping in and then, you know, it's like a different game every day. We're trying out new games all the time. And then, obviously, there's also a big community for games like this where, you know, folks know they can come to your stream and you're gonna be playing the game they love all the time. So I'm a little torn on that. I wonder if you guys have any thoughts, not just for my channel, but any channel that you like watching in general. Do you prefer when people stick with one game, or do you kind of dig the variety? Also, Warconius said, I've been replaying Witcher 3, love it more than ever. Very nice. Let me get out of the way there. Also playing MGS3. Ooh. Miss David Hayter in games. Yeah, MGS3 was so good, man. It was really interesting as a game. I was very young when I played it. So I was born in '88, so I'm 31 now, and when I played it, I think I was just a kid, you know, I was just like maybe 14, something. So I didn't fully appreciate all of it, but it was an awesome, like, twisted story. Fat Hedonist says, I keep starting Witcher but get distracted. And Trenchwood says, I'm mostly about whether I found the streamer interesting. Well, there's I will take the implicit compliment there, and I will choose to believe that you find me interesting since you're here, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for choosing our channel this fine evening for your entertainment. And Fat Hedonist says, I like both. Some people like you I watch for variety, and then others I watch because they're static. Well, again, thank you for that, man. It's a big compliment, and I do not take it for granted. 16-Bit Hero says, the question is whether that community would stick around when you eventually play something else. That's such a good point, dude. Because one thing that scares me is that I then lose everybody when I move on to a different game, you know? And obviously I want to develop a sturdy viewership in the sense that I'm not a guy that's just going to be playing the same game forever, so I don't want that to be a requirement at any point. ODM says, I just got... Sorry, I'm catching up with your messages. I'm doing my best here. Just to the first 2 Witcher games for PC. Never got to play them. Oh, you got them? I hope you enjoyed them. I didn't like the first 2 games very much, ODM, so I would say even if you don't like those games, playing the third one is a must. Actually, you know, I think I know you enough to know you're gonna love playing Witcher 3 if you get a chance. Warconi says, Fat Hedonist, stick with it. I'd say it will really suck you in after a few main missions. Yeah, I would say do, you know, don't get lost in side quests because they're good, but you can get burned out, and I did. So if you can, like, make sure you continually advance in the story as much as you can. I think that's your best bet there. And Jonathan says, I think it's important that you enjoy what you're playing because that is what is conveyed through to the viewers. Yeah, that's totally true. And well, you guys know that if I'm not enjoying a game, you know, I will totally drop it. As much as that sucks, I think what really sucks is watching someone play something they're not enjoying. It really comes through. I agree. Danny says, I like your streaming because you're very friendly and you're good at Souls games. Thank you, man. Thank you. I don't know if I'm good, but I would say I'm serviceable. Serviceable enough to beat them. But I watch so many incredibly experienced people in Souls, like Squilla Killa, Faraz Khan, you know, some amazing, not only streamers and personalities, but incredible Souls players. So, you know, compared to their level of dedication and all of that, it's really pales in comparison, obviously, as you would expect. But I still get a kick out of those games, man. Jonathan says, and I am the one that sticks easier to a person than to a game. Gotcha. Yeah, I think luckily there's a lot of people like that. And in some ways, I think my people, or like the people I want to attract, is that kind of group. The people that are there for you and not just for the game. Although it can also be a combination, of course. You're a smart guy and you're humble. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Just catching up with some of your messages. Oh, big attack. Sorry, guys. I gotta make sure that I do my job here to some extent. You hated the first one, the first Witcher? Fat Hedonist? I didn't like the combat at all in that. Thought it was very poor. But it's also an older game, so... I mean, at the time it was okay. Witcher 2 is good, Witcher 1 is rough. Good story, though. That's the thing, right? Warconius? You can just listen to the audiobooks. They're really good, by the way. If you go to Audible, you can pick up the audiobooks. The one called Last Wish is the one the TV show is mostly based on. So I would recommend starting with that one. That's like the first one you should listen to. I have to pay some extra attention because my tank is taking a beating here. Okay. Wow, he actually almost died there for a second. That was insane. Jonny Company. New people can join for the game and stay for the people. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for, man. You can't get everybody, but certainly doing my best. I like the idea of growing as a variety streamer because then you'll always have that freedom. Yeah, I think that's right. There's nothing wrong with maybe doing maybe 1 month in a game like this, you know, and maybe pick up a whole bunch of people like you guys say that come for the game and then stick around for you. And then you're able to kind of take them to a different game. But Jet, what's up? Mess him up, Johnny. I'm actually a healer, dude. I'm the party healer here. How's it going, Jet? Are you in your lunch break? How's your Monday going, bro? Mine was a little bit long, but went pretty well. Great idea. I have the books, but would so much rather listen. Dude, do yourself a favor. I think the audiobooks are the best way to get the story because it's well narrated, it's very good, and you can listen to it while you do other shit, right? Whereas reading is just a more demanding activity in some sense. The community here is good too. It's really good. Yeah, I'm super proud of the group we have. It's fantastic. I'm off on Monday, homie. Oh, dude. Yeah, you're right. You always tell me, but I forget. It's such a different schedule compared to mine that I have a hard time remembering. How's your day off, man? What does your day off look like? Do you have responsibilities aside from being a dad and stuff? So happy to be a part of Jonny Co. Thank you, man. We're happy to have you as well. Guys, one big thing. So, you know, we've been doing the conversations on Saturday, right? Last week we had Purple Mango on the channel. This week we have another friend of mine that I met in the ACG Discord called Foreign. He does some YouTube stuff. He's a very interesting dude. And he's next up. And I'm already working on getting, you know, the next conversation set up. But one thing that I would like is opening it up to some of you guys as well, you know? Like, wouldn't it be cool if somebody who's always here, like many of you are, all of a sudden jumped on the channel and, you know, and I could have like a full conversation with you guys, like, well, you know, face to face over the internet, but like where we're really having a deep conversation there. I think that would be amazing. You know, I really don't see that anywhere. By the way, I haven't seen any channel on Twitch do that. Like, take some time from the stream to actually have a chat with a viewer, like with a regular, you know, and get to know them that way. I think that's such a powerful idea. And, I mean, I want to run it by you guys. If you think it's stupid, then we don't have to do it. But I think it could add a ton, you know, for not only myself to get to know you, but also like between you guys, because you chat a lot amongst yourselves here and in the Discord. So I think that would be awesome, you know? Like if we have a chat with one of you guys, let's say Jonathan as an example, all of a sudden, the next time you're on stream and you're chatting to Jonathan, not only do you know what he looks like and you know what he sounds like, what he's about, but you know, you have a bit of a peek into who he is and stuff. So anyways, that's kind of the idea that I had. And we'll mix it up. It will be, sometimes it will be other streamers and content creators. Sometimes it will be people totally outside of my usual realm. I'm gonna try to get some physicists because I'm super interested in science as well. Maybe some philosophers, stuff like that. But then also kind of mix it up and sometimes get some of you guys on, right? 16-Bit Hero says, I'd love to come on and share some photography and such. Exactly, dude. There's always so much to talk about. And we never know where the conversation's gonna go, but every person is a world, you know? And one of the big messages that I have to kind of try to propagate as much as I can, not only is the stuff that we talk about with like gratitude and positivity, but it's also curiosity. Curiosity is a big thing, guys. And a lot of times we take for granted people, you know? We assume that people are boring. We're like, oh, you know, that person is boring. They just go to work and back home. But there's so much to a person. You know, when you start to talk to them, you start to dig in, and if you apply genuine curiosity, there's so much to kind of dig into and talk about. So that's also a central message that I want to push forward here, and I think that helps to do it in a very like a lead by example kind of way, you know? That would be awesome. Danny says, it sounds like a great idea. And ODM said, also, Johnny, you are one of the few streamers that actually do co-op with your community on stream. Yeah, and I love to do that. That's awesome. So those are just like different ways of me getting to know you, you getting to know each other in chat. It's very important too, right? If we want to keep building you know, the group and just make it really tight-knit, as they say. Trench Food says, if I streamed, I'd like to think I'd get to know all my subscribers a bit better. I don't like it when there's too big a gap between stream and chat and you almost have to donate to get heard. I totally agree. In fact, you know, that's one of the problems I have watching some of the bigger streamers like Ko. I think Ko is great, but to some extent, it's almost a lottery whether your message is gonna be, you know, like whether he's gonna see anything you say at all. It seems like, it looks like, it feels like I'm watching a YouTube video. You know what I mean? When it comes to interactivity, and I'm not saying it's totally his fault, although ultimately it's his channel, but you know, to some extent it's very difficult to handle 10,000 viewers like he has. But certainly he could put more energy into doing that. I mean, I've never seen him do anything like what I talked about. Certainly, maybe he does it in the Discord. Maybe, I don't know. But so again, I can't judge him. I'm just saying I would like to see it done more, and I wanna again lead by example and do it myself as much as I can. Lucitan said, curiosity killed the cat though. Yes, but we're smarter than cats, Lucitan. We're smarter. Some people don't even realize how much they have to offer. That's true as well, man. Actually, that's such a big thing nowadays. The problem with being a healer is that we don't have very good damage. So we're gonna, let's get our summon to do some damage. It's not a lot, but it will be something. But yeah, to your point, 16-bit, a lot of people are like convinced that they don't have anything of interest to say or to bring to the table, and that's just totally not the case, because again, everybody is a whole world of aspirations, different ways they think about things, different ways they do things. There's always stuff to dig into there. Okay. Die. Oh my god. Ah! I have that bullshit. Heal. Oh man. Too many enemies, dude. That's the problem. Like, if you're a healer, where's your damage coming from? The only damage dealing skills that I have are Bio and Ruin. And they really don't do very much damage at all. Luckily you have a pretty chill community to mod. Yeah, it's pretty chill. But I think we're already at the point where I need to look for another mod to help out. Because obviously, you know, ODM is a human with a life and she can't always be here. And there are times when I need help, you know, posting a link or doing something. I don't know. What's up, Pocato? Welcome back. You just missed a guitar improvisation, a chatting session, and a Basil appearance. Welcome back. How's your day going, Pocato? Oh, immediately, 16-bit Heroes makes an appearance request. That's been the most popular feature in all of the features that have been a feature on the channel. It's the Basil appearance. Okay, so... Okay, good. So that removes the paralysis. Oh my lord. My damage as a healer is so ass. Ah, cast the wrong thing, guys. Die. Oh. Jesus. Okay. Let me take a second here, catch up with you and hydrate. Unfortunately, my workload is increasing a lot, so sometimes I can do nothing but lurk. Oh, I totally get it. Yeah. So, do the big streamers pay their mods? No. I mean, maybe some do, but none that I know of. It's all just voluntary work, basically. Well, I wouldn't call it work, like a participation. I have all the emotes, and you don't really need to highlight a message yet. Yeah, exactly. We do need to add some more, like, things to redeem. But I haven't quite put together what to add. I thought about adding like the ability to play a sound, but you know, I don't want my stream to be a stream that's just populated with obnoxious sounds. There's so many streamers who go in there and it's like boom, alert, super loud alert, you know, boom, you know, something else happened, like oh, a scare sound. You know, it's just, if I'm gonna, you know, if I'm gonna sit and watch a stream for like several hours, I want it to be something a little bit more chill. Something that doesn't have as much like just random sounds all the time. Random beeps and alerts and things. That's just a personal thing, though. I know a lot of people like that. Where I will get basil for you. Let me just finish the combat here, cat. I can't pause the game because it's an MMO. We'll get him. We'll get him. Plus, Basil is awesome. He is. And he knows it. The fuck. Ah, okay. Good. We'll finish this mission. And then we'll do the Basil appearance. We'll talk when you get 10,000 followers. We'll talk numbers, ODM. You want to talk numbers? You need a raise from $0? Is $0 not working out for you? I really appreciate it, though. And even if you can't be here, just the fact that when you are, you're willing to help out with that is really cool. The goodest boy Basil, aka Little Fuck. He's not little, okay, cat? He's medium. He's a medium cat. I will not tolerate you calling him small. ODM gets a 200% raise. Yes. There we go. Okay, report to this guy. Where's that? Hey, thank you for the follow. Stephen the Wizard? Is it Stephen? Or Tiefin? Welcome, welcome. Will not tolerate you calling him small. That's what she said. And hopefully that's not what she said. Okay, listen. Let me teleport back to town. And we're gonna call Basil. Where are you, buddy? You get another treat courtesy of our friend 16-bit Heroes. I'm training him. I'm training him to respond. The shaking of this thing is something he's really attracted to. Shout out to Michelle, Molotov Michelle. She also streams, and she gave me this for Christmas, which is the catnip that Basil loves. Okay, buddy, it's treat time. Get your ass over here. Come on. Come on, buddy. He's very slowly approaching. He's very lazily approaching the scene. Okay, so here's the treat. You know the drill, buddy. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, go. Go. Come on. All right, up. Come on, Basil. Do the thing, Basil. Do the thing, buddy. He's just looking at me. He's like, not gonna happen. There's food, though. Look. Take the bribe, buddy. Accept it. Yeah, it's up here, though. Come on. Oh! Yes, I finally convinced him. There we go. Second Basil appearance of the day. Good jump, buddy. Good jump. Lazy bastard. He was looking at me with those eyes like, ah, must I? Can you not just give the treat? Like down here? It's a good boy. Good boy, Basil. Yeah. That's a victory right there. We got the jump. He's getting better at it. Exactly. Oh yeah, buddy. That was so tasty. Tasty treats. Perhaps redeem RGB profile changes. Oh, dude. Jonathan, that's a great idea, buddy. I hadn't thought about that, man. Do you know what? We can do several things, Jonathan. Because we have... So we can change the lighting in the back. Get away, you. It's not for you. So we could, for example, go like a different color for the back. Or... Oh. You know? Like different vibes. And the beam that we have on the wall also can change colors and do other stuff. So maybe what I can do is set up like an RGB thing where you can redeem RGB changes. Let's go back to Basil here. I did the jump for one treat. Well, one treat is not bad, cat. Right? I think it was worth it. Basil seems content. Good boy, buddy. Oh, yeah. He is a medium cat. It's okay, buddy. Medium is good. Oh, you like the red cat? Good kitty. Should be something that can cause a spending war in chat. That's true, yeah. I want a Basil hug. How much for that? Let's do a Basil hug, buddy. You ready? Oh, yeah. It's Basil hug time. Can I steal your paw, buddy? This paw belongs to me now. Yes, I have obtained a paw. Let's do baby Basil. Oh. Oh yeah, it's baby Basil time. Oh, he's attacking me. He's like, vengeance will be mine. Hug from me, not you. Well, get over here, cat. I'll brew you a coffee. And you can snuggle with Basil. Right, buddy? Oh yeah. Oh, get the hand, buddy. Don't let the human get away with it. Redeem quote with impersonation. Oh, attempt like a famous catchphrase. I request it, so I have to reenact the quote. Coffee, are you trying to kill me? Oh, I forgot. You can't have caffeine, right? Well, we can maybe do decaf. I can look for some decaf beans. I don't know. I don't know if such a thing exists. I'll look into it for you, okay? I'll make the lasagna, yeah. And just for you, cat, we can do a red theme today. How about that? Do you dig it? We'll do a red theme for you. There we go. Potato inspired theme. Let's get back to it. I think it looks pretty good, actually. But like I said, another thing we can do is with my phone, I can change the beam as well. So for example, if we wanted to say, you know, it takes a little while to open, so you do have to bear with me here. But yeah, the app crashes sometimes, but outside of that, it's really well done, the thing. Blazin' Ronin, what's up, my dude? Welcome back, man. How are you doing today? We're talking about like new features, and one idea that people gave is that we can change. No, man, you don't have to apologize. It's cool. You're fine, man. Welcome back. One idea that people gave here is with the channel points, they can redeem changes to the RGB. So we're rocking the red for a little bit. Caffeine can literally send me to the ICU. That's rough. I don't know why the light thing is not working. Why is it not working, guys? Okay, we'll do it later. It seems to be stuck. Oh, yeah, the app crashed. So the app is not very good. I need to look into that. But once you get in like this, you can change the colors. So you could do something like this, which actually I think it's pretty cool. So you have like a nice contrast there. The combination gives you almost that kind of purple pinkish, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Stuck on Sith red. Final Fantasy 14 been busy with life on Thursday. I will be back. Very nice. And how is, because I saw your stream, you were playing some Monster Hunter. How is the game treating you, man? I think you said you were also not very experienced in it, like myself, so... There we go. If it makes you feel better, Potato, I share your abstinence with caffeine. Did it work, Potato? Did you feel slightly better with that? Can't play a lot on the weapons I play with going random. Oh, interesting. I think what I do there is I stick with one. Which in my case is the greatsword, as I told you. And I'm trying to learn it. Doesn't mean it's perfect, but definitely doing a lot better. I think my main problem right now, so I know the combos I have to do, but my main problem is I don't really have any way of controlling the monster. So if, for example, if it's like a flying dude or dudette, I don't know how to pin them down, you know, with the greatsword. Basil always makes me smile. Aw. Hear that, buddy? You did the thing. You did a thing for Potato. So yeah, like the damage is there, but for enemies that don't have natural openings, you have to create your own openings, don't you? You have to be able to slow them down, stun them in some way, stop them. And I haven't found any way of doing it with the greatsword. I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing something obvious. Can I jump down there? No. How do I get to that part of the map? I think we gotta go around. Stop chasing me. No means no. Throw a flash? I don't do that actually. So I might try that next time I'm on. When you said basil, I thought basil goose? Where is that from? No, I don't want to fight you. Oh my. Oh, Monster Hunter World? I don't know if I've fought him yet. I'm still only rank 13. Well, I say only, but you know. I'm not too far off the end of the main campaign. Maybe I just don't remember the name. Pin them down with the great sword? I mean... yeah? I kinda get it. Stuns, you need to use the hammer. But that's the thing, you know? You're supposed to be able to get through any fight with any weapon, right? Like a lot of people just have a main weapon and they only ever use that. What's going on? Oh, throw the fire sand stick at the rock. Okay. Fire sand stick. I don't know what the item is. Throw the fire sand stick. What the hell is a fire sand stick, guys? Gotta be around here, right? Isn't there a way to locate it in my inventory? Last tab? Oh. Key items. Fire sense. Okay. Thank you for that. Actually, I've never gone into that tab. I didn't know. Alright, cool. Gather the lightning aspected crystals. These things. Or you see your quest. Does it show in the quest like the... You can go from there. Sometimes it will show you the item you need to click on. Okay, cool. So anyways, Monster Hunter, that's my problem. Because it's not that I don't know the attacks. Is that I don't know how to create openings to dish out the damage. You know? And again, someone who already knows the game maybe can just tell me a simple solution. But surely, you know, you should be able to get through it with any weapon without the help of someone who already knows the game, right? Surely they've planned it with that in mind as well. There's so much in the game. In Monster Hunter? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty insane actually. What I don't like is that a lot of it is you do have to repeat hunts, and worse than that, you have these quests that are like, oh, this is what I hate, guys. Okay, are you ready? This is a bit of a rant. These quests that are like, go to an expedition and look for footprints of this monster, and you find one footprint, and that's like 1/100th% of what you need to find. So it takes you 1 hour running around the area to find all the footprints you need. That's just ridiculous for me. I don't know if people enjoy it, or maybe they have some better ways of doing that, but it's, the game tells you what you need to do to stun, like flare or traps without hammer. Well, I don't really remember it telling me. Maybe it did. Clearly it didn't do a very good job, because I'm someone who has capacity to learn systems. I've played a lot of games, and so if I'm struggling, there's a good chance other people struggle too. And again, I never said there weren't any solutions. I just said that I didn't know them. So, you know, there we go. 10,000 basal tokens? Damn. You don't need a full track? What do you mean? You go to sleep? Have a good night, Blazing Ronin. Cheers, buddy. We'll see you next time. So yeah, again, guys, okay? I know a lot of people love the game. I am not saying that the game doesn't have ways of doing that. I'm just saying that as someone who doesn't have guidance of people who know the game, it's been very difficult to discover the systems. And they seem a little bit inscrutable. Don't take it as a personal offense to the people who developed the game or anything. I feel every time I say something bad about Monster Hunter, I get a lot of people going very defensive. And I'm not saying it's a bad game, you know? I'm just saying it doesn't do a great job of showing you the different systems that you need to do well in the hunts. The more traps you get, the better you track them. And high enough, they will be highlighted when you join the map. What I don't understand the relationship between traps and looking for footprints. Am I missing something there? I pick up the tracks for science points, but you don't need to pick them all up to find the beast. Well, for some missions you do. There's a bar and it says you need to pick up this much to find the beast, and then you get the blue butterflies and you have to follow them. Although you don't know where the butterflies will show up, so you kind of have to run randomly in the map. I hate you. I hate you. Early game is a bit boring, but picks up later with better weapons. But I'm not early in the game, man. I'm like 30 hours in. I'm level 13. You know? It's a looter shooter after all. I mean, without the shooter part, you mean? Aragorio, what's up, man? You have to grind the main quest all the way first, and then YouTube is your friend. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But I don't know, man. In my mind, if I have to YouTube to figure out how to play the game, it's like, shouldn't we be able to? If you're someone fairly, if you have, let's say, a baseline intelligence, should you not be able to work out the system within the game without having to go to YouTube? I don't know. I think the mark of a good game is that, you know, even though it has complex systems, you're able to learn incrementally, you know, and then just kind of figure things out on your own in a natural way. Level 13 is early? I don't think so. I think the main campaign ends at level 16, so that's already end game in the base content. So that's not early game, right? When a game basically forces me to go to YouTube, I'm out. It's not that I'm out, but I certainly, I think it's an issue. And if I'm really into it, I'll do it, but begrudgingly. I did when I played it. No, I get that. And you know, there's nothing wrong with looking stuff up, for sure. I mean, in some ways, I think you should in a game like this, and I probably should look up more stuff than I already have. But again, I did my homework, so I looked up all the combos and stuff, and I know how to execute all the combos that I have to do, or the main ones that I have to do with my weapon. And, you know, even that wasn't enough. It's like, it's kind of crazy, man, the amount of studying you have to do. You need a master course or something to even be able to do hunts on your own. The campaign will finish somewhere at rank 50 and then boost you? No, that's not true. I mean, I literally just heard someone say that at rank 16 you can do the expansion, right? So that means the base content at that point is finished. You can always iterate and do more shit and grind out gear, but the campaign is done, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be able to access the DLC, as far as I understand, at least. I have around... You have around 400 hours, though? In PS4? Damn, dude. I didn't know you put in so many hours. And you haven't yet played Iceborne, even. Interesting. They must have changed it for the DLC? Okay. Gotcha. Again, I know you can do a lot of end game farming and people end like level 50. But the main campaign, as far as I know, ends at 16 or before. Monster Hunter does throw a lot at you in not in a not so digestible way. Exactly. Even though they might have mentioned the thing about the flash bomb, they did so in a way that I didn't catch it. At least, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not my fault, but certainly other games have done a way better job of introducing something so critical like that. Like, if you depend on it, and you do, apparently, that needs to be conveyed in a clearer way. Because right now, I'm actually unable to do some quests because I don't have, or until now, I didn't know how to stop, you know, to like create an opening. If it's a normal monster, I can always use a trap. But if it's a flying monster, then the trap doesn't do shit, right? And so, until now, until you guys told me now about the flash stuff, I had no ways of doing that. They must, even trying to jump back in it is hard to pick back up. Oh, to jump back in it, like after a time off? Yeah. The way I learned was by playing with others, by watching what they do. But that's another problem too, man. You know, I jump in, and we were in the stream the other day, and in some missions, we got people jumping in, and then several other missions, nobody jumped in to help. There was no help available. And so it's fantastic if you have people with you. It's never a problem, and it's great. But the problem is you don't always have people with you. And if you want to have your friends with you, they need to be at that point in the story as well. They need to wait for you to see the cinematic. So it's just for me, it's a bit messy, man. You know, as much I actually love the combat itself. When you have a group of 4 people and you're fighting, I love it. But it has enough in it that annoys me, like all of the stuff I'm ranting about, and I do apologize if it's coming across as a negative rant, but yeah, that's where I'll leave it. You know, we're probably, for now, we're not gonna do more streams on it, but we might do like community games. So I'm happy to play with any of you guys, but we'll do it offline because it just, sometimes it removes my will to play the game when you have those like, oh, look for 200 footprints, or do this quest that, you know, do this hunt that takes 1 hour. I don't know. On your own, I mean. It doesn't take 1 hour in a group. But anyways, rant over. Moving on. Sorry, Aragorio, you said level 50 is where ARR ends? Oh, no, sorry. I was talking about Monster Hunter. Sorry for the confusion, Aragorio. I was bitching about Monster Hunter. Sorry about that. But this is good information. I didn't know for sure. So there are some post-ARR quests. Then finally the expansion starts at 50. Then second at 60 and new at 70. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Holy crap! Get in here, my dude. Get in here. Purple Mango with the raid. How's it going, my dudes? Cal coming in hot with the mango. Guys. Go check out Purple Mango if you haven't already. Of course, we had him on the channel for the conversation on Saturday. I really appreciate you, man. And I hope you had a great stream. Looks like you were playing League of Legends. Again, we're not gonna let it be the wedge that stands, you know, in the way of our friendship. But Dota 2 is just a better game than League, and we'll leave it at that. I hope you had a good stream. Everybody from Purple stream. My name is Jonny, and we try to spread positivity, gratitude, and curiosity through games, conversation, and music as well. We were playing music earlier. Dude, your camera looks so good. Oh yeah. Give me that. I feed on that shit. It does look good, right? We're playing with the RGB a little. One of the things Potato suggested is that people with points, they can suggest a change to the RGB scene. So typically I have a blue backlight, but Potato asked for a red backlight, and so now we're rocking something different. I think it looks great, man, for sure. Thank you for that. A big investment going to a mirrorless camera. You know, I mean, I can show you guys, right? So here's the mirrorless camera. It's a Lumix Panasonic G7 with a special lens that I bought on top. And then here is the webcam. Sorry, I know the angle is different. This is the angle I use for my cat when he jumps up or when I play guitar. But you can see, you know, it's not bad, right? So this is the Logitech 4K Brio, which is a good webcam. But you really can't match the sharpness and definition of something like this. Also the nice blurry effect you get in the background. But how have you been, Purple? Lay it on me, dude. How was your day? This is interesting because you're self. I don't know if self-employed is the right way to say it, but you don't have like a 9-to-5 office job. So for you, are Mondays any different, or do you have like the same kind of routine even throughout weekends? How does it work, man? Send me the model later so I can see the price. For sure, man, I'll send you later. There are sales sometimes, but it's still fairly pricey. I think it's... I'll have to check it. I can send you the link later. Yeah. I'm trying to be more consistent and responsible. Hey, Howland! What's up, my dude? Howland, we were playing guitar earlier, man. And I was gonna play you the intro of Yellow Ledbetter because you said that's one of your favorite songs. Maybe we can pull the guitar in a second in a short break. And that's a great intro, man. It's one of my favorite songs. Just got home from work. How was your day, man? We were just talking about Mondays, you know, they can be tricky, can't they? They can be quite rough sometimes. But sometimes when I have to write or stream, I need to boost my morale up. Oh, like when someone hires me to do a job, then I'm responsible and such? That's interesting. So if you don't have a job lined up, do you find it more difficult to have a routine, Purple? Like, is it more difficult for you, for example, to have like good habits and stuff when you don't have work lined up? Yeah, Cal is here. How's it going, Cal? I can't play the lick, but I can play the rhythm. Streaming and writing and doing art boosts my morale. Yeah, for sure, man. The creative stuff is the juice for me as well. Sometimes, yes, because I want to relax and play games. Sometimes. Yeah, I get that. I need to have a routine no matter what if I'm working or not, because if I don't have a routine, my self-esteem drops hard. Dude, I'm the same, but I find it a lot harder to keep a routine if I'm not working. I find it pretty rough. Yeah. So it helps me in some ways to have to work. It's hard to have a routine as a freelancer sometimes. That's what I was getting at, Purple. And freelancer is a much better way to put it than the way I phrased it. But so that's one thing that I wanted to talk to you about on Saturday, but we didn't get into it, didn't have time. But, you know, being a freelancer is difficult because you have to be very deliberate about your habits and your routine, because there's no imposition, no external imposition on what your routine is, right? So you got to make sure yourself that it's what you need it to be. And that can be hard, man. When you know, sometimes you need that external push to keep things in line. Although ideally you don't. It's kind of how we're wired sometimes. I make sure I wake up and go to sleep around the same time every day. It's one of the few things I can control. That's a great point, fat hedonist. You know, for the longest time, I think it's for the last 2 years or so, I haven't used a wake-up alarm. Haven't used a wake-up alarm. And for several reasons, I don't really want to get too much into it, because it's a longer conversation. We can talk about it some other time. But I actually, you know, I miss it. And so today, it's funny you mentioned it, because today I've started to use an alarm again for the reason that it gives me a more reliable wake-up time, you know? It's really a big difference waking up at, for example, 7 instead of 7:30 or 7:45. If I know I have a specific amount of time, I can, you know, allocate tasks for that time. I can say, maybe I'm gonna be working on scripts for videos, or maybe I'm gonna be editing videos that time. You know, that's time I can allocate reliably. Whereas if I don't have the alarm, some days I just have less time because I slept more. And even though I might have gotten a bit more rest, you know, it's not really that much more. Even though I dread a 9-to-5 job, I do best at those types of jobs because my routine stays consistent, says Howland. Right now my job isn't 9 to 5, it's whatever my clients need, so my routine has to be early morning or late evening, as those are the only times. I get you, man. One of the first things I talk to clients about, going to sleep at the same time and waking up at the same time. Interesting. You also don't use an alarm? So it definitely has benefits, but, you know, I think there's something to what Howland is saying there. And it's something I want to go for, which is this consistency, you know? I just want to have things way more systematized. I don't want to have to think about, how do we get out of here? I don't want to have to think about, you know, what I'm gonna do. That's a big thing for me. Anything that I want to be a habit that I do every time, 100% of the time, I need it to be something that I don't need to like ponder, right? Let me give you an example. If I wanted to say, I want to do a quick workout every day when I wake up. The way I would do it is I would set up a system where maybe when I wake up, I directly put on my workout clothes, for example, without even thinking about it, right? Because I know the first thing I'm going to do is maybe do a short workout. And so by doing that, I eliminate any pondering, any thinking, any doubt, any like hesitation. It's just automatic. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't have to plan that shit. You've already allocated time for it. And it's there. It just happens, you know? That's how I would do this. And I think the thing... Oh, shit! Oh, my God. Those things are creepy as fuck. Oh, dude, I'm getting so many flashbacks from Final Fantasy X. The Malboro in Final Fantasy X killed me so many times. They did this fucking confusion attack And unless you had immunity to confusion, your party would just hit each other. And they attacked first, so you had no chance sometimes. You would just die in the middle of a cave and you lost like 2 hours of progress. Sorry for the tangent, okay? But I have some bad memories with this, and we're gonna avoid these guys. So yeah, with that, I think that consistency in the sleep and waking up hours are gonna help me a ton. Because if I know I have X amount of time in the morning, I can then allocate a task like what I said, you know, maybe preparing a video or something. And I know I'm gonna have that time, and there's no like excuse, there's no bollocks. You just get in there and do it, you know? I get what you're saying. Don't give yourself time to find excuses for not doing stuff. Exactly. It's like jumping off a cliff is the example I always give. What happens when... So if you want to jump into the water, right, from high up, the more you think about it, the less likely you are to do it. And my whole thing is, if you need it to be done, if you've decided you're gonna fucking do it, then you have to have a system that allows you to not have to think about it. Anyways, sorry, let me catch up with you guys here. Because this is a good conversation. Oh, you guys saw Basil climbing? Yeah, I forgot that you can see him from there as well. I wake up. Sorry, Fat Hedonist says I wake up same time every day without an alarm. So yeah, you can get at that point for sure. But again, 2 years without an alarm, and there's variability for me. So if it works for you, then that's fantastic. But hasn't worked for me. And Howland said, alarms put me in a bad mood no matter what. They startle me, even it's subtle. That's why I stopped using them. That's one of the reasons. I woke up slightly less well, let's say, because of it. And then you also said, I could talk so much about automatic tasks. I won't here, but just Google automatic tasks at home and how helpful it is because it makes decisions for you. And every automatic decision puts less stress on the body and brain. That's exactly it. It's an automatic decision, right? I don't have to think about the fact that I'm going to have a shower before bed, for example, because it's just there. It's going to happen, right? It's in the schedule for the day. So that kind of thing, minimizing the amount of steps or decisions or thinking just reduces hesitation and maximizes chances of you sticking to whatever it is you wanna do. At least for me, right? It's helped a lot. And ODM, yeah, definitely look into it. Howland knows what he's talking about. I didn't know the term automatic decision or automatic task, but it's a good term for it. Infamous, take care, man. Have a good night. Have a good sleep, because it's important, man. Sleep is so critical, guys. You know, like having a decent bed and making sure you do all you can to have a decent night's sleep is, and maybe, you know, a lot of people even doing everything they can, they still sleep like shit, but at the very least, if you can, you know, try a few things here and there. Okay, so it looks like this is a dungeon right here. If anybody's around and they want to join us, you're absolutely welcome. We're in the Cerberus European server. Jonathan said, in a deeper level, I wish I could more easily create connections in my mind, similar to phrases like, I'll be back, Terminator, to put workout clothes, workout, unconsciously competent level. Yeah. CPAP saved your life. So yeah, so for folks who don't know, I didn't some time ago, but CPAP is to help with sleep apnea, which is this phenomenon by which people's like breathing orifice, I guess, gets obstructed, right? And they snore very loudly, but also they then they're not able to breathe sometimes, and they either wake up very very scared, or they're actually not able to breathe for some time, which is crazy, right? Sleeping well is crucial. Yeah, it's so big, right? So the CPAP thing is something you put on either on your nose or on your nose and mouth, like a full mask, and it does positive pressure of air. So it's pushing air into your breathing airways, essentially, and it keeps it open, right? So that thing doesn't happen. You don't do the loud snoring for your significant other. You don't wake up during the night, and you don't lose breath, which is great. I mean, some people get like brain damage because they stop breathing and they don't wake up in time. It's crazy, guys. Yeah, it can be a mess. I can jump on and tank. We'll take a minute. That's where I'm at right now. Fantastic. We'll wait for you, man. No problem. No problemo. Let me see you here. Okay, so we'll just chat for a bit, man. I'll hydrate while you make your way downtown. Faces pass. And I'm homebound. It's a great song. What's up, Jaxron? Welcome back, man. How's your day going? Oh, guys, tomorrow is Tuesday, and I'm gonna be working on a new video. I have a few ideas. One thing that I'm trying to do is find topics that people are currently talking about. This is so difficult, man, because typically when you hear about a topic, it's already blown up, right? It's already a big thing, and all the big people already have videos out on it. But, you know, I think that if I'm able to put my finger on something that's, you know, about to blow up, about to be like a big topic, and create a video on it, we can get to a lot more people over on YouTube. So that's a strategy I'm gonna pursue this year. Although it's very hard, but I think, you know, the people that get like viral videos or videos to go viral, that's one of the main things they do. Not great, but I'll make it. Listen, man, my day was tough too, but at the end of the day, tomorrow's a different day. Forgive the repetition, but, you know, rejoice in the fact that you made it through, unless you're in America time zone, in which case you haven't yet made it through, but you will at some point or another. And at that point, instead of focusing on how tired and destroyed you are, think about how proud you feel for getting through that shit. And, you know, think about how you're gonna make the next day incrementally better. Upright and breathing. There you go. Fuck yeah. That's how we go, man. We roll with the punches. A problem with apnea is that the reaction time of your brain to activate your breath gets longer with time, so you stay without oxygen for longer periods. Interesting. Another thing is some people, so there's this time in our sleep, the rapid eye movement period, right? So the REM sleep cycle, which this is the period that's mostly linked with dreaming, but not only. And during this period, all of your body is paralyzed except your eye twitch muscles. which is why it's called rapid eye movement. It's because your eyes are moving, but you're totally paralyzed, right? And that's kind of terrifying to me because there's a disease or a condition where some people they are still paralyzed when they wake up. Imagine, guys, that's Black Mirror shit. That's super scary. Yeah, so those are different cycles. The deep sleep is actually a different cycle than REM sleep. There's a really great audible by David Baddiel. It's called Sleep with David Baddiel. David Baddiel is a comedian, and he talks about sleep with an expert in that audible. It's free, by the way. You can get it free on Audible. He talks about sleep with this expert, and the expert kind of talks about the different parts of the different cycles, and there's something called the deep sleep cycle, and then there's the REM sleep. Those are actually different. Like the way your brain activity looks like is different in those two. Yeah. 16-bit Heroes says he's in. Let me see here. Refresh my list. Okay, good. Invite sent, my dude. Sleep paralysis? Is that what it's called, Potato? Jonny, have you heard of EMDR? No. What's that? Lay it on me. It has happened to me twice in life, aware but unable to do anything. By the way, anyone Haunting on Hill House references? I don't know that. Was that a movie? I think I missed it, man. Okay, so let's join the duty. Oh, immediately. Look at that. It's so beautiful. When you have a tank and a healer, it's beautiful how fast it is to get in there. Eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing. Oof. They need a better name, don't they? Doesn't really roll off the tongue. It's a psychotherapy treatment that was originally designed to alleviate the distress associated with traumatic memories. The therapist would put you into a REM sleep state to reorganize your memories. Interesting. So what I have heard, and they talk about it in this audible that I discussed, is folks using lucid dreaming to attack problems of post-traumatic stress, PTSD. So the way it would work is that they would face their fears within the dream, knowing that it's perfectly safe, and then at that point they would get over it. Yeah. That was for PTSD. The one I was talking about, I don't know, for what Howland said, if it was also for PTSD mainly. Sorry, guys. We use blinking lights and hand sensors to trick the body into activating a parasympathetic system and eventually REM states. Whoa. All right. Whiskey, I got your back, buddy. I'm your healer today. I'm gonna be your healer today. Holy balls, that's a big AoE. I got you, buddy. Darren Brown stuff, like hypnosis and things. Suggestion. I've seen a lot of Darren Brown's stuff. He's really good, yeah. Open up the memories in the hippocampus and reprocess them as a safe therapeutic, in a safe therapeutic environment. Oh my god, you're taking so much damage. Stay strong, buddy. Would it recover repressed memories? Interesting. Yeah, no idea. We gotta have Howland on the podcast again. Well, on the show again. Talk more about that stuff. It seems that memory are rarely accurate. So much filters are painted over. Yeah, that's so true. How do I... Sorry guys, I'm a noob healer. I didn't have the res figured out. It's the first time I ever res anybody. You were my first. Kira Yagimi. Poor Howland is fighting with his keyboard to comment and reply to everything. Yeah, we should do a chat later, man. That subject interests me, but I don't want to overshare. Well, feel free to share, Potato, but yeah, no pressure, obviously. I mean, what we could do, Potato, if you like, is we can set up a time where you can have a quick chat with Howland in our Discord, if you're I mean, as long as Howland is willing, obviously. But that might be like more productive, maybe. Is he... What? Is he playing? What do you mean? Okay, good. So I think I need to keep this thing on you, because it does like damage reduction, so I'll try to do that. Yeah, Howland is not playing. Yeah, Howland is not here. The only one here right now from us is 16-bit hero. Heroes. Sorry, I always get that wrong. I apologize. Right, I get what you mean, Howland. I was able to parse that as the battle went on. I think memories are definitely very fallible. The other day I was caught in a false memory. I was talking with someone and they were like, nope, that never happened. That didn't happen like that. And I had the clear memory that, you know, that's how it had gone down. It wasn't anything super significant, but kind of interesting to see that, you know, we assume what we remember is it's a fairly faithful representation of reality, and it's not so many times. So much of it is the filter or lens through which you perceived it. So if you were having a bad day, chances are you were perceiving things in a more negative way than they actually took place. And then that's your memory, right? That's how it goes. Oh, that guy was out of position. There we go. Place that on Whiskey. Keep him nice and healed. Nice and protected. It's amazing, Jonathan says, it's amazing to me how much people tend to take their own tend to take as their own fault. Interesting. I don't know if that's... I actually sometimes have the opposite impression. Like a lot of people have the memory that things were totally out of their control and someone else's fault. And a lot of times I actively reframe things in terms of, you know, being directly responsible for what happened, because I think ultimately that's the most productive framework. But a lot of times I find that people find scapegoats for bad things that happened because it's just easier, right? If it wasn't your fault, then yeah, it was out of your control. But the more powerful framing is to say that even though not everything that happened was your fault, the outcome was still your responsibility mainly. And if you can do things differently and better, you can get better results reliably. That's for me the more powerful framing. I wish we had that kind of therapy here. Yeah. I know that kind of sucks, Scott. So the people playing with us are getting hit way too much. There's no way they should be getting hit this much. They're just out of position all the time. Normally, you would just be healing the tank. But because these guys are aggroing enemies all the time, I kind of have to focus on them as well. So, sorry I'm not able to keep up fully with your comments, guys. Jonathan said, oversharing warning, a close friend committed suicide. I'm so sorry for that, man. That's rough. And I felt guilty. Why didn't I see this coming? Could I have done something else? I was replaying things in my head and spotting moments that I should have seen something and I missed it. So that's very different from what I described, Jonathan. I think that is not a productive framework. You know, so you didn't ask it. You didn't ask for it, but just to give you some feedback, I think that's not a productive way of thinking about it. Because, you know, realistically, what do you get out of, you know, framing it that way, right? And, yeah, it's just, you know, that's not gonna help you in any way, man. You can't think like that. And yes, so Howland has a good point. If the word fault has a lot of baggage in it, and I've used it in the past, meaning responsibility or control, as Howland says, and it has been misinterpreted. Let's just put it that way, and you know, it's actually been hurtful for a friend because they took it that wrong way. And so we do have to be careful with that, with saying that, because some people take it to mean that everything about it was their fault. And again, that's not what I'm saying, right? It's just a framing technique about taking ownership over the outcome versus blaming yourself in an unproductive way. Very different, right? Very critically and crucially different. So I want to be very careful with the terms there. Your mind knows this, but your heart doesn't agree. So the thing is, just in the same way, I get you, Jonathan. I understand what you mean exactly. But the way it works is just in the same way that I'm saying you have responsibility and control over your outcomes, so does everybody else. You can't say that you control your outcomes, but everybody else is totally out of control and is essentially a log floating on the river, helplessly being directed by the currents. No, we are all agents. We all have ultimate responsibility and control over our outcomes. And even though there are things outside of our control, it's ultimately our responsibility to, you know, make good decisions that on average are gonna get us to where we want to be. And if that person, you know, that's brutal, man. That, you know, that I'm really sorry for what happened with your friend, but it is not your responsibility in any way, right? So yeah, that's tough. I know it's a tough sell, and we have a lot of negative thinking patterns sometimes in those cases, but you have to fight through that shit, my dude, okay? Yeah. Oh, this is sealed. Sorry. Oh, shit. I was reading chat and fell behind. Shit. Where are we? Where are my people? Okay, map. Oh no, I lost everybody. I don't know where they are. Shit. Okay, chat. The ivy door opens. I don't know where it is, guys. No. Oh. Where is it? Help me, whiskey. Oh, there you are. Okay. Totally lost you guys. I got distracted, man. Bad healer, bad healer. I need to catch up with you guys. I really apologize. It's been a bit overwhelming here with the game. ODM said... Oh, sorry. Jonathan also said, I'm very lucky. I need to keep up with my party here. God damn it. This is such a great conversation, but sadly the dungeon stuff is picking up. There we go. Oh, shit. Okay, good. Here we go. Johnson says, I'm very lucky that I'm surrounded by people that give a lot of that to me, thankfully. That's fantastic, man. I'm very happy to hear that. And ODM said, my first partner committed suicide I'm so sorry, Odium. That's really just brutal. After I left him, but he was deep into drug addiction. Yeah, and even, again, even if there wasn't like a totally obvious cause, it wouldn't be rational for you to take responsibility over that, because, again, we all own our shit, right? Ultimately. Jonny, when we are doing develop that kind of when are we doing to develop that kind of video game? You just use the word agent, and I had an epiphany that emotions could be secret agents, and we have to complete tasks. Interesting. Level ourselves up. That would be really interesting. Almost like a Disco Elysium kind of thing. I don't know how I can apply that. I am in control. I'm in control with my own outcome. Sorry, Kat, what do you mean you don't know how you can apply that? Maybe you can give us a specific example and we can work through it. Howland states we are here for you, and Jonny screams bad healer. I'm just trying to keep up, man, with the great conversation we're having, and the action here. I don't mean to distract you. This is just stuff I'm very passionate about. No, this is great, man. This is the shit I live for. This is, you know, this is why I stream, to find people who are also interested in thinking deeply about these things, you know? And this is really rare in Twitch, to get this kind of high-level, deep conversation about things that really matter without getting into, like, partisan politics. It's actually pretty rare, and I really appreciate it, guys. So... But yeah, Pocato, if you want to, I mean, either now in the chat or later, we can have a voice conversation. If there's a particular example you wanna talk about, like how we would frame it in those, with that framework, I'd be happy to, and I think Howland would also be happy to. Jonny, thank you for giving us the environment for that, my dude. Don't even. Okay? You're gonna get me the feels, my dude. I don't understand why since kids? Sorry, one sec. Let me make sure my dude Whiskey is taken care of here. He's taking a bit of a beating. I don't understand why since kids we learn more about how to be competitive than how to be cooperative. I think both are important. I think actually, you know, being competitive is also crucial. But it can't come at the expense... I'm gonna resurrect you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything, Whiskey. I'm resurrecting you. Did you die immediately? Is that what happened? Holy shit. Are we gonna die here? Oh, no, you're back. I need to res these people. Oh shit. Oh, I'm the worst healer. I'm sorry, Whiskey. It was my fault. You may be unable to re-enter ongoing battles. Okay. Sorry about that, man. I was trying to resurrect the other people, and then I couldn't heal you. I'm sorry. It was a bit much. Jonny, you provide the platform for this type of content by being you. Thank you, man. That's very kind. I really appreciate it. So that was my bad, Whiskey, because I should have been focusing on healing you. And instead, I was like, I have to resurrect these other people. So, still learning, man. Still learning. I'm glad the game lets you pick up where you left off, essentially. Mental health is needed to all. What is considered as normal is a very abstract thing that we have no awareness of. Also, normalization. Normalization happens to many things that shouldn't. Yeah, I agree. Okay. This is going better. You guys don't understand how helpful this chat is for me. After a really hard day, this is what self-care looks like. Deep, meaningful conversations with no pressure, no agenda. Just people being real people. That means a lot, man. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Just a short stroll with no biggie. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. It's the first time I die in the dungeon, so I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. My tooth hurts, and I say it's okay. It's normal, so I ignore it. Right. Almost like you've grown desensitized to stuff. Another problem is that I need to take a leak so badly that I might explode. You might actually see it on camera. You might see an adult human explode on camera. We have to get through the dungeon, man. Here we go. Get in there, Whiskey. You can use your standing desk. I wish. I can't really stand up because then the camera doesn't catch me. Okay, this is way better. Whenever we have Whiskey tanking, it's great. The problem is when the other fucks take damage. Pocato says oversharing time. Here we go. For me, this is a huge step. I don't usually share. I know. It means a lot that you do here, Pocato. I really appreciate it. My mental health, PTSD, major depressive disorder, panic attacks, and agoraphobia. I sympathize with a few of those, actually, Pocato. And hopefully it helps. Talking again, you know, we can do maybe a voice chat in Discord. I'm sure Howland would be, well, I think, you know, he would be willing as long as time allows and all that. Perhaps this is not a jungle of stuff, but one thing triggers the other. So if the first trigger is found, then the ripple effect can also happen in a positive way. I think that's true. I think that's true. Let's make these guys wait. Nah, it's cool, man. Let's... Oh, really? Okay, screw those guys. Okay, we're doing a quick bathroom break. Woo! We're back. Okay, go, go, go. Sorry. Heal the mitten. Heal the mitten. Yeah, the memory stuff is interesting, Cat. I know that there are like hypnosis treatments to recover suppressed memories. Yeah, that's difficult. If you don't know what happened, right, exactly, how can you even totally process it and get over it? I mean, that's rough. I don't have anything like that I can sort of connect with in a real sense, but well, looks like our DPS people at least have good DPS. And they're not being hit this time around, which is great. Coffers. Woo. Okay, looks like we did get something there. Where are we going now? Your armor looks really cool, Whiskey. I like it, man. Looks dope. Where are we headed? Should we follow Kira? She was my first, after all. My first resurrection. I know it's the one causing my nightmares. It's not flashback dreams, but it's always something about anxiety monsters, sleep paralysis, and it's very tiring. Yeah, that stuff is exhausting if you're having nightmares or like waking up all the time. You're just always gonna be tired, right? Just always tired because you don't have like a full night's sleep. I get up, I wake up often. And so for me, it's also tiring. Oh, okay, this way. Good. Yeah, art is a great way to process stuff. Like playing music for me is a big one, obviously. You know, all of the like sort of hard stuff really has helped to have an outlet in the music side. Just realized that in a few hours it's my birthday, talking about being in a bubble. My dude, happy birthday in advance, Jonathan. How many years? Be real, don't lie about it. Oblivion, welcome back. You don't have to be spamming these heals, by the way. Okay, gotcha. I'm just a little bit in a panic because I'm a noob healer. It's normal to cry about terrible stuff that's happened. Yeah, exactly. Tears start flowing without thinking anything. Oh my god, yes, this happens to me a lot the past few days. It happens, like sometimes you're just emotional, right? I get it too. Maybe not like crying as much. Although it did happen in the past, some darker times. Okay, let's give you the protection there. She's not really doing any damage to Whiskey. I don't know how he's doing that. He's apparently good at his job. And I know that in between I could do like a little ruin and do a bit of damage. But I'm still learning, man. Yeah, I'm still a few messages behind. I will catch up, guys, I promise. Once the action subsides a little bit. I need to make sure I don't fuck up. And I'm a noob, so... $37, nice. So you're a little bit my senior then. I'm from... Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. I'm from 88. Here we go. I'm not that good at multitasking. I mean, it's, in some things I am. But certainly not this, because it's the first time I've done it. I mean, I'm decent at some multitasking. For example, singing and playing guitar at the same time, or another instrument, is really tough at first. But this I'm not very used to. I do need to heal myself, I think. Keep Whiskey hydrated as well. Woo. You're from 83? Interesting. Johnny's a few months older than me? Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Let's do one ruin. Oh, we got him. Yes! Now I started my healing career watching essentially top level players. Oh good, maybe you can give me some tips then. Getting better, but still very new to this. GG. Wait, can we not type in here? There we go. Alright, let's exit. Thank you so much, Whiskey. Good job, buddy. I appreciate it. Let me sort of roll back and catch up a little bit, man. It's been a few messages there. Okay, we'll do the cinematic and then we'll catch up, okay? Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It's a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength, and Master Lahabria, the task is now accomplished. We take leave of you. Interesting. I know that's a big step, and I really appreciate it. You know, it means a lot, Potato, that you feel open to sharing stuff here. I have suicidal thoughts almost every day, and I will take all the help I can get, plus I self-harm. I know, and I know that's been immensely difficult in the past. So, any help that you can find, whether it's Howland or maybe other people we can put you in touch with, you know, hopefully we can do something there to help. Let me catch up with some of your messages here. Let me scroll up. We're gonna leave it here in terms of the game. I just want to catch up with you guys a little bit. Let me just teleport back to Limza Lominza. Thank you very much, Whiskey. I appreciate it. But in terms of action, I will leave it here. Let me see here. So Fat Hedonist says I turned 45 this year. Oh, I didn't know you were my senior as well, Fat Hedonist. You look fairly young, man. You have great hair still. Great hair. Great hair. Okay, so, sorry. Bear with me as I catch up with your messages. Potato, there's plenty of positivity here to support and not crumble. Also, Johnny's a bad healer. So, I don't know if that helps. That's nice. And hello, Prison Break. I'm so sorry I didn't see you come in, my friend. I was very, very distracted with everything going on. Let's see here. Potato, please seek help. And I mean, so yeah, and I think Potato does have a shrink she was seeing, but I don't know if it was helping her. It's not many that admit it openly. Yeah, now it's getting better. It's not as taboo. Talking about mental health issues, which is one of the reasons why I invited Howland to come on, and I connected with him initially after the podcast, because I'm really interested in that and spreading information and conversation about that, because the more it's out in the open, it gets easier. I photographed this music festival called Electric Forest. Link to pictures in my Twitch info. Okay, I'll check it out, man. There was people role-playing as fairies, and they gave me the nickname. Interesting. I'd say you can watch high-level players as well. I might do that, yeah. But I think for now it's functional. I mean, I did fuck up one time, but it's not too complex compared to what we were doing before. What has helped me, Potato, is self-compassion, gratitude, and the understanding that I'm not in control of my thoughts. I'm only in control of what I do with those thoughts. Good, yeah. There's not something wrong with me because I have those thoughts. There's something wrong in my life that needs changing. That's spot on. That's great. That's great. So it's your habits and what you do determine your brain chemistry, and your brain chemistry, it determines how you feel and how you perceive the world and your interaction. So that's the chain effect that we need to work on, right? It's you start with good habits, and good systems that incrementally take you to a better place and improve things overall. And it's not magic, it takes time and work, right? My eyes are leaking. Oh, Potato. Heart you back, Potato, okay? I've never been good at doing the hard thing, but this is it's kind of there. Let's get you a Basil appearance, okay? We'll get you a freebie. How about that? We'll get you a freebie. Come on, Basil. For Potato. Hashtag for Potato. Oh, Jonathan redeem. Let's make it official, Jonathan. Let's redeem it. It's kind of a funny story. I think you mentioned it before, 16-bit Heroes. Alright, Basil. Come on, buddy. There's another treat for you. Potato treat. Let's go, potato treat. Basil. Oh, yeah. It's a Basil. Come on, buddy. Hmm? Let's go. Let's go? Yeah, yeah. Thundercats don't hesitate, buddy. Yeah, come on. The treat is here. Get the treat. Oh, yeah! He's back. Good job, buddy. Potato said I have health issues that affect my everyday life. Too, and it kind of makes my mental health difficult. Well, I do too, so I'm with you there. Yeah, it sucks. But that just means we have to try harder, right? It doesn't mean that we can just accept that it's gonna be like that forever. Yeah. I know I have to cry my heart out, but if I get to real crying, it can trigger my heart problems. No, I understand. You have some practical difficulties there on top of everything. I get it. When in the storm for a long time, it's hard to think there's a place outside. Basil also makes me think pets are very helpful with that. Pets are great companions, dude. I mean, it's really amazing for someone like myself that doesn't have a ton of IRL social stuff. It's really awesome. Really, really helps. Good boy, buddy. Oh yeah. Let's do a little chin action. Oh yeah. You can tell he likes that, right? Oh yeah. Sometimes I think the future I have is not worth fighting for. It is though. It is though. And I think you know that. You have a ton to offer. Everybody acknowledges it. Even people that know you through the chat here know that you have a ton to offer. I mean, it's just silly to not, you know, to not admit that. You owe it to yourself, right? Basil is awesome. Look at that. Aw. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh, it's so good, right? Right there under the chin. Okay. Ooh. Well, it's been a little bit of an emotional stream today, with a lot of sharing and a lot of conversation. I really appreciate it, guys. It's really the sort of community I dreamt of building, and you know, we have a great group here. I'm not gonna change the camera because we have Basil. We have the Basil, but I want you to know I really appreciate it. Okay, do not take it for granted, and I'll continue to work very hard on building it out. And we will be back on Wednesday with more action. You were not a downer, Cat. We appreciate you greatly. We're gonna be back on Wednesday, and I don't know yet. I think we're gonna be playing more Final Fantasy, but we're also gonna be doing chatting, maybe some more music stuff. We'll see what I kind of feel like doing. I'm really enjoying the just chatting as well, so we'll do more segments of those. But that'll be it for today, and I'll leave you with Can we resist? I think we have to go to Artie. I think you kind of have to go Artie here. Too juicy. Too juicy. And she's playing Slay the Spire. Come on. Guys, two things. If you haven't met Artie, she's awesome. And if you haven't played Slay the Spire, it's on Game Pass, and it's my favorite roguelite game. It's an awesome deck building game. Let's go check it out with Artie. I'll leave you with her in her capable hands. There we go. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.